Much peace to everybody, guys, and welcome. Today I want to speak about finding your complete self and how everything that is happening is actually happening for you. Okay, I believe that the universe is intelligent, and whatever we are experiencing is actually happening for our soul's best evolution. So if you really want to find your complete self, you gotta trust yourself. Okay, you gotta trust the process, you gotta trust your intuition. I believe that in the intuition that we have within ourselves, we are having all the answers. Okay, so I believe that our higher self is speaking to us through our intuition. And I believe that in this process, yes, we have a choice. We have a choice to be anything that we desire. I believe that being free is our birthright. We as spiritual beings, we have come here on the planet to actually celebrate. Now, maybe sometimes it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, sometimes it doesn't have to be perfect, and you need to learn from all kind of experiences. You need to learn from all kind of circumstances into your life. And really the alchemist makes the best out of the worst. Okay, so the alchemist also learns to deal with his own imperfections, with his own shadows. Okay, so I believe that in this process it's about finding the completion, and maybe the completion is also about the light, but it is also about the dark. Okay, you need to also understand your fears. You also need to understand your darkness. Maybe you need to understand also the state of out vibrational alignment. Okay, so understand and love everything about yourself. That is how to find your complete self. You need to learn from your experiences. You need to learn from everything that is happening into your own life, and you need to make the best call. You need to make the call that feels good into your intuition. Okay, so everything that is happening into your life, it is your teacher. This is what I'm realizing. Everything that is happening in my life is my teacher. And we need to learn from our experiences. We need to learn from this process. We need to learn to make the best out of the worst. And really the completion process happens when we are ready. Okay, so you don't have to expect to be in a perfect state of consciousness. You don't need to expect only the positive. Sometimes you need to learn from your failure. Sometimes you need to learn from your imperfections. Sometimes you need to learn from your shadow. And really the positive and the negative may be two sides of the same coin. Okay, the positive and the negative may be two sides of the same coin. So maybe a negative experiences can teach you a lot, about yourself. Maybe your failure can teach you a lot about yourself, and maybe there is no failure. Maybe there is no failure, there are only lessons. So when you understand yourself, you also understand the higher principles of life, because I believe that the relationship that you have with yourself will reflect the relationship that you have with life. So if you want to find your complete self, get to know yourself. Get to know everything about yourself. Get to know what your state of consciousness is. Get to learn from your feelings. Get to learn from your thoughts. Get to learn from your experiences. I believe that it's all a process of going back home into the self. It's all a process of you becoming your greatest version. Okay, and you are experiencing right now what you need to experience. Okay, so you are at the right moment at the right time. I believe that the universe works in perfect ways, and whatever you are experiencing is what needs to happen. Okay, so put your consciousness into the now, put your awareness into the now, and get to extract the gift of every single experience that you had so far. It was all a lesson. It is all a lesson for you to become your best version. It is all a lesson for you to become your true, most authentic self. And it's all happening for you. Okay, reality and life is not happening to you. It is actually an opportunity for your soul's best evolution. Okay, so my suggestion is get to find little ways so you can actually evolve. Get to find little ways to be in alignment with what you feel. Get to find little ways to find a healthy creative process, and realize that everything that is happening, it is your teacher. Everything that is happening for you. And also realize that you have a choice in this process. You have a choice in being anything that you desire. But it takes awareness, it takes consciousness, it takes responsibility, it takes you expressing yourself, maybe, you know? So realize that you have a purpose here, you have a mission here. And the mission is to really follow your heart, follow your intuition, and become your greatest version. Be anything that you desire. This is today's message. Yes, you have free will. You have a choice in how you want to live your life. You have a choice in what you are thinking, in what you are feeling, and in what you are doing. Okay? So it's all a process. It's all a process of you becoming your greatest version. It's all a process of you making the best out of the worst. And my suggestion is also seek purity. Okay, purity is the highest vibration. Okay, the more that you are in alignment with love, the more that you are in alignment with a pure state of consciousness, is the more that you actually raise your frequency to the next level. So choose to be pure, choose to be like a child, because your inner child is your higher self, maybe. Okay, so follow your intuition and realize that love is the highest frequency in the universe. The more that you are operating from and as love, is the more that you have the opportunity to become your greatest version. Okay, so do the things today that your future self would actually thank you for. Okay, do everything today, do the things today that you will be grateful for in the future. Okay, so step into your own evolution, step into that high state of consciousness that is in alignment with your truest potential, that is in alignment with your greatest version. Okay, so yeah, extract everything from life. Extract everything from life. Every lesson, every single experience that you had was happening for you, and it is happening for you. All that you gotta do is learn to acknowledge it. All that you gotta do is learn to accept it and transform it, you know? So yes, it's all happening for you. And in becoming your greatest version, you have to really have patience. Okay, you need to have patience. Okay, but when you have patience, you are no longer attached to the outcome. When you have patience, you are no longer attached to external circumstances. When you have patience, you take one step at a time. And you realize that it's all a process. You don't need to find perfection in the now. Sometimes it's also about learning to accept your imperfections, your lower states of consciousness. You need to love yourself even in your darkest moments. Okay, you need to love yourself even in your darkest moments. Okay, because it's all a process. It's all a process about you learning things about life, learning things about yourself, and becoming who you're meant to be. And who you're meant to be is a vibration of love, is a warrior of the light, is a high state of consciousness. Okay, so yeah, everything that is happening is your teacher, guys. Everything that is happening is your teacher. And you have the power to really become who you're meant to be. But I believe that responsibility is so important. Responsibility for what we feel within ourselves. Okay, we don't always need to react to the external world. We have to learn to observe our state of consciousness. So yeah, realize that life is a magical place. Life is a magical place, and yes, I do believe in magic. I do believe that the universe works in miraculous ways, and whatever we need to experience will actually come into our own lives. Realize that what's meant for you will actually happen. And sometimes it feels like it's painful, but it is still a lesson. Okay, so what's meant to happen will actually happen. And realize that you have the opportunity to really embrace every single experience that you had. You have the opportunity to make the best out of the worst. You have the opportunity to rediscover yourself in this life process, in this life journey, you know? So yeah, get to be your own self, get to love yourself. I believe that also self-love is so important. Take time if you need time. Go create if you need to create. Go do anything that you want if you want to do that. You have the freedom, you have the free will, okay? So yeah, this was today's message about becoming your complete self. Realize that the universe is working always is always working in your favor, and everything that is happening for you. And you have a choice in how you want to view it. You have a choice in how you want to alchemize it. You have a choice, or you have the choice of becoming your greatest version. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, and this was today's message about becoming your complete self. If you're new to my YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, that is appreciated. And like always, see you on what is coming up next. Bye bye.